Southwest. While it's my second most flown airline, I've only ever covered it once on this channel. Why? Well, they're just so consistently good and fly in all 737 fleet, so there's not much new to say in a video. And this isn't one of those flight review channels that records every darn flight I take just because. But there is something important to review this time, as this flight was at the end of November 2020, during the age of COVID. And while Southwest is indeed struggling, and they may have layoffs the first time in their history, they are actually expanding, biting huge chunks out of the carcasses of American and United. How can Southwest be thriving in such an environment? Let's find out on this flight from Oakland to Chicago Midway. After a week in San Francisco doing all the typical things, I'd made my way to Oakland Airport. I found it quite pleasant and not crowded. This was actually my first time at the airport, and I already feel qualified to make a sweeping generalization. It, compared with San Francisco Airport, is a very similar dynamic to the differences between Chicago's Midway and O'Hare airports. There's no fancy lounges here or particularly bougie concessions, and it feels much more like a working-class airport than SFO, where there's literally a pour-your-own-wine station in the Centurion Lounge. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being more humble, and frankly, it's a bit comforting. Large parts of the airport were closed down, likely due to the decreased flying schedules. The Oakland Airport did a really good job with social distancing, constant reminders, and plenty of sanitizing stations. Oakland used to have all sorts of interesting routes to Europe on Norwegian, Level, and even Azores. Sadly, all those routes have become casualties. Now it's Southwest, Spirit, Allegiant, and Alaska that make up the bulk of flights. How is Southwest handling COVID? Traditionally, Southwest lines up 60 people at a time and boards based on your status and when you checked in. That's gone. Now only 10 people are allowed to board at a time. They line up where 30 people would have been before. This is the best COVID boarding procedures I've ever seen. Much, much better than United or JetBlue. This aircraft had Southwest's newest interior, with large overhead bins and slimline seats. They are fine, not the most comfortable with tiny armrests and don't recline all that much, but legroom is still a very good 32 inches. At the time, Southwest was not selling flights to capacity, allowing for open middle seats.
We're still close to the capacity where all of the middle seats should be open, unless if you are traveling as a family. You can definitely sit next to each other.
This really helps contribute to the feeling of feeling safe, and I've praised Alaska and Delta for this while criticizing United, and soon will JetBlue. But as of December 1st, Southwest is selling to capacity. Alaska will follow suit in January, leaving only Delta blocking middle seats till the end of March 2021. As much as it pains me, I have to be consistent in my criticism. This is a negative, and I will always choose to fly airlines blocking middle seats over those that do not. I'm sorry, Southwest. Back to the positives, our captain and crew were great. Fantastic as always. All were friendly and made lots of jokes, and I truly got the feeling they all really wanted to be there and were genuinely appreciative of our business. It's sad, but that's not a given in the airline industry these days. We took off from Oakland, and got a very brief view of the downtown and Golden Gate Bridge before banking east. Flying time was 3 hours and 40 minutes at 39,000 feet. Service on the flight is much more streamlined than most other airlines, with a bag of pretzels and water. Only water. Only American is also this stingy, though that's because of their flight attendant union. I wonder what the rationale is for Southwest, as all beverages are poured in the galley and served on a tray rather than with a cart in the aisle. Not sure if there really is significant contact when taking a drink order, but not a huge deal in my book. I'm not going to go into great detail again about the Wi-Fi, free messaging, live TV, and entertainment on your own device, but it's all quite solid. Instead, let's talk about why Southwest is dominating US aviation right now. They are expanding to new cities and airports that were previously unthinkable. Miami, Houston Bush, and Chicago O'Hare. And I firmly believe that these aggressive moves will pay off. Some people are more skeptical.
Good freaking luck.
I watched a video by Sandspotter where he thinks that Southwest has no chance at O'Hare. He believes that American and United won't let them compete. Respectfully disagree.
There's nothing left at O'Hare in regards to innovative and profitable new routes for them to focus on.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
This one-way ticket was $270. Yes, this was near a holiday, but still, that's expensive. United was a full $100 cheaper. I wanted to take that. Yes, me, Travelog, would fly United to save $100. But I was overruled. I was traveling with a friend, and he insisted that we take Southwest. Why? He's an affluent resident of the north side of Chicago. Why would he want to pay more to fly into an airport further away than O'Hare for him? Simple. Southwest treats you like human beings. On United, you're just cattle. That's a direct quote. And he sounds eerily similar to something I said myself.
Flashback.
Or one that treats its passengers like human beings, like Southwest.
End of flashback.
He was ecstatic that Southwest would be coming to O'Hare, and it would be his preferred option from now on. There's a whole flyer base on the north and west sides of the city, plus all the suburbs, that think Midway is just too far away, but would happily pay a premium to fly Southwest. Southwest routinely is ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction of US airlines. I see a lot of people calling Southwest the best and largest low-cost airline in the world. I'm not sure I agree with calling them low-cost anymore. Lower than what? Full-service airlines? But what constitutes full service? Let's compare what you get on Southwest versus other airlines. On Southwest, you can always change your flight to a different date or time and keep the fare difference if you end up saving money. You can't do that on low-cost carriers or legacy carriers if you book their basic economy offering, even with the most recent changes. On Southwest, you can bring on a carry-on for free. You can't on a low-cost carrier, and even have to pay on United on a basic economy ticket if you don't have the credit card. On Southwest, you get 2 free checked bags. 2 free. Nobody else does that. On Southwest, it's open seating. You can sit where you like. There's both pros and cons to this, but it is free. You'll pay for advanced seat selection on almost every basic economy offering on other airlines, with a few minor exceptions. Southwest has free entertainment on your own device. While Delta and JetBlue have in-seat screens, Alaska, American, and United aren't any better. Southwest has the same level of beverage and snack offering in non-COVID times as the legacy carriers. Southwest has some of the best legroom in coach, with only JetBlue and some Delta aircraft even in the running. So what exactly about Southwest is low cost and low frills when you get more for your money nearly everywhere? What is full service about the legacy carriers? Well, Southwest doesn't have a first-class cabin, has more limited international routes, and doesn't have airline alliance partners. You won't be flying to the Maldives in first class with your Southwest miles. But for domestic travel in the US, plus Mexico and the Caribbean, there's a reason Southwest is the largest domestic US airline. People see the value, even if the ticket is more expensive, as was in this case. One of the biggest complaints about airline monetization of both low-cost carriers and legacy carriers is all the gotcha fees. Change fees, seat selection fee, check bag fee, it's a minefield out there. For frequent travelers, sure, we know how to avoid it. But for the vast majority of infrequent flyers, by design they get hit with those fees. That's why I always recommend Southwest to them. They are no extra fees, you can decide if you want to check a bag the day of for free, and you just get on the plane and sit down for the same or better experience. And that is worth paying extra for. And even on my flight, Southwest's great customer-friendly policies came into effect. I checked the ticket prices, and just 2 weeks before the trip, the ticket prices dropped down to $170, exactly what United was charging. I rebooked the flight for the same day and same route, and got a voucher for the fare difference. Who else lets you do that on every ticket type? That's why Southwest will be the real winner of 2021 and beyond. More is more, and there are enough customers who realize that. We approached Chicago at dusk and landed at Midway. It's always a bit of an aggressive landing due to the length of the runway and being in the middle of the city, and today was no exception. On deplaning, we were reminded multiple times not to stand up and to deplane by row to encourage social distancing. It was not entirely followed, but at least most people did respect it. So flying Southwest during COVID. Before December 1st, I would have said they were the best option. Now, things are more complicated. I'll do a full ranking roundup video shortly, but moving into 2021, it's the same old Southwest experience, which isn't a bad thing at all. And with them moving to O'Hare, there's even more of a chance I fly them regularly. Even if you're an American or United loyalist, more competition is only good for passengers, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click that button and please subscribe for many more flight reviews to come. I'll see you on the next one.